Happy Friday. How many of you ladies went on a date with a guy, had a wonderful time? You had great conversation. The vibe was right. The energy was popping. He kissed you or hugged you goodnight, but then you haven't heard from him. And you're wondering what happened. I went on a date with a guy, had a great time, haven't heard from him since. What's the problem, Janice? Why hasn't he called me? I hear that all the time. And ladies, I'm going to tell you what's wrong with you. Okay. Welcome back to Church Girls and Faith Girls Want to Get Married Too. My name is Janice. Good morning. Happy Friday. I missed you guys yesterday, but I was so exhausted. I was just really tired, and I was like, you know what? I stayed up 2.5 hours watching that video. You guys could enjoy that video yesterday. I'm so tired that I'm actually taking, I'm off today. I'm taking a day off from work today because I'm exhausted, and I know when my body's tired, and I know when I just need to just come on down and calm and rest myself. I want to thank you for all of your love and your support on my birthday. My Cash App is still singing. Thank you so much. I'm going shopping. Okay. That's for me. And I really appreciate the love and the support. Thank you for the love and support on my book. Listen, this book is an excellent book for you to get. If you don't have it, every woman that's dating, you have nieces, nephews. If you're at a church, order this book, have Bible study on this book, go through this book, because I talk about so many things in this book. Moments of Gratitude is available. It's Thanksgiving season. This is an excellent book for you to get to Thanksgiving. Christmas is coming. Get this book, set and give it to your loved one for Christmas present. The Naked Wife is also available. In Christ I Am. How many of you know you need to know your identity, not to give boyfriends husband benefits? And of course, my latest book, dating book, 10 Years a Girlfriend. How many of y'all been a girlfriend 5-10 years? My newest journal is the Word of Wisdom journal in the Book of Proverbs. It's a quick proverb 30 days study, but I'm going to do a more extensive study in the Book of Proverbs. I absolutely love the Book of Proverbs. Okay, so I borrowed this picture from Facebook and I posted in my community tab. I'm going to read the comments. Some of the comments, I think most of the comments were good. Some of them I was disappointed in, but I understand that a lot of people are new to my channel, and so you might not know my content. And so your response is just the typical response versus really digging deep down and figuring out what's going on. And that's what we need to do, ladies. We need to dig deep down and figure out what's going on. And so she says, why is dating so hard? Now, what did we say about dating? Dating is what? Gathering data so that you can form and make an informed decision. Meeting a man, that's not your man. Going out with him, he's not your man. Putting his back out, that's not your man. Going out and having a good time does not mean he's your man or means you're the one. So first you need to understand, ladies, that dating is about data. That's it. That's why I'm wearing my Dating Differently shirt. Dating is about data, period. That's it. He's gathering data on you, and you are supposed to gather data on him. And what I find with a lot of women is you meet a man and you assume he's it. He's it, Pookie's it. And you don't understand Pookie is gathering data on you and figuring out if you're the one for him. And women, we need to stop going in saying he's the one and ask ourselves, is he the one? Because that's what men do. They ask themselves, is she the one? Okay? She goes on to say, I've been single for a while now. I'm 30 years old. I'm very independent. I got to get my walking around the chair shirt. I'm going to try to get that today. I'm going to try to, my VA emailed me. I am very independent. How many of you know that being independent comes with a spirit. Yes, it does. You cannot, ladies, do not lead with being independent. First of all, you need to know what kind of woman you are. Okay? Do you want a traditional husband? Do you want a traditional marriage? Traditional in the sense where husbands provide, you take care of the home. Not that he can't help, because my husband helps. Okay. My husband's been home going on 2 years, right? Because COVID came last year. March, the country was shut down. Well, my husband was home like February-ish because he travels, and so they had stopped traveling and stuff like that. My husband is here, and my husband helps. He'll take the clothes down, the clothes that I do wash, because we do have a wash service, but I do my towels and my private stuff at home. He'll take them down and he'll say, I'll bring him down, but no, baby, I don't fold. I say, oh, thank you, honey. I'll fold it. Okay. My husband loves to cook. He cooks. He cooks more than I do because he's home, and that's his thing. He loves to cook. Okay. So if you are an independent woman, what does that mean? If you meet a man who wants to take care of his wife and his home, what does that mean? Are you leading with being an independent woman? And especially, we're the only people that's Black women. I don't hear no other group of women talk about, I'm independent. So we need to realize, ladies, that when you talk about and lead with being independent, there's a spirit that comes with it. And it repels most men. Pookie's, Ray Ray, Tyrone, beta males, men like Gil who want to be taken care of. Oh, they'll love you being independent because you'll pay all the bills and take care of them and be the man. But men who wants a traditional wife, who wants to take care of their wives and family, they don't want to hear, I'm an independent woman. Do not lead with an independent woman. She says, I'm 30 years old. I'm very independent. That's the first thing she says about herself. Not I'm feminine, not I'm soft, not I'm kind, not I'm cordial, not I am gracious, not I'm friendly, nothing. I'm independent. Great job. Live by myself. Okay, so you're independent, you have a great job, and you live by yourself. What have you said so far to make a man's man, perk his ears up? Absolutely nothing. Because he might not be looking for an independent woman. Don't matter what kind of job you have, because he might want to be the provider. And you live by yourself. Great. Pookie, Ray's, Tyrone, and Gills of the world will be happy to move in with you. As a matter of fact, I'm adding Gills to my Gil to my book. Okay. All right. She says, I just went out on a date with this guy Tuesday and we had a great time. We were talking, laughing. There was no awkwardness at all. There was no awkwardness at all to you, but you don't know what he's thinking, right? He walked me to my car, gave me a hug, and said, text me when you get home. I did just that, told him I had a great time, and blah, 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 blah. He said he did too, but I haven't heard from him since. This isn't the first time this has happened where everything goes great. They text me that night and no follow-up after. If the date didn't go well, then yeah, I could understand. And you can tell me when something isn't into you, but I just don't feel like that's the case. Any input? Remember, men are looking for something specific, and ladies, you are always being interviewed. So you see how she started telling us, I'm independent, I got a great job, and I live by myself. What was you talking about on this date? Because if you was talking about how independent you are, it repels a man's man. The Gills of the world, the Pookies and Rares and Tyrones, they will love you because you'll be the man. But if he was a man's man, a masculine man that want to be take care of his wife and family, it repels him. He don't want to hear nothing about you being independent. I've never told my husband I'm independent. Super Soul Star. She said, I think she intimidated him in two ways. Having her life together, probably better job, and nicer car. How do you know that? Huh? How you know that he doesn't have his life together? Because she didn't say that, right? Not giving off insecure, low self-esteem vibe, which could make her an easy target to manipulate and use. Either way, it doesn't matter. They were not it. So on to the next, and make sure to vet him education, career-wise. So she didn't say anything. I don't believe this is right. And see, this is a typical answer, especially for women of color. You intimidated him because you have a better job and a nicer car. If he was, I guarantee you, if he was a Pookie, Ray Ray, Tyrone, or a Gil, he would be calling you. Because if you have this great job and a better car, you can do all this for him. He's not going to pass this back. I don't think that's what it is. Thank you, babes. Thank you for the love and the comment. Trina, don't fail me, Trina. Don't fail me, Trina. You've been on my channel for a while. Trina Alfred. Let's see what Trina said. Trina said, that's it. Date multiple people so you're not focused on who's not calling you. Come on, Trina. Date multiple people so you are not focused on who's calling you. See, if she had 2 or 3 guys lined up, she wouldn't have even noticed. He didn't call me. You know why? Because you're busy talking to I gotta get me some name over it. Joshua want to take you out. But because you're so focused on him, you realize he didn't call me. It's been 2 hours. No. Date multiple people so you are not focused on who's not calling you. Thank you, Trina. You read the book. Thank you, babes. Also, date many, court one. Come on, somebody. Teach. Thank you, babes. So Divine, she said she's not giving out the cookie on the first night. He out, you better call it a blessing. I don't think that's what it is. She's way too open. Marie Baker, she responds, she said, I did the same thing, but added a little bit more. I don't think that's what it is either. Raquel, she says he is dating, gather information before deciding. Keep your cookie off the table. You should be dating other prospects as well. Don't be readily available. Thank you. Thank you, Raquel. Keela. Remember, dating is about what? Data. Dating is about data. Keela, she says, I have had many days like that. It's not you, it's them. Not necessarily. Maybe it is you. They would much rather ghost you than tell you they are not interested or they are just looking for a booty call. And you obviously portray that you want more than that, so they move on. Not necessarily. And I don't think, based on what she said, I don't think that's what this guy is. Keela and women, listen, men are not going to tell us. I'm working on something for us to help us to understand men. Men are not going to tell us. Men are hunters. Men, I really do believe, I'm going to ask my husband this, I really do believe that men think we know. And the proof is right here. Because Ryan said to, I deleted it. But with this picture, Ryan, right here, he says, and I mean, I'm sure you've picked up on that. They're not going to tell us they're not interested. In 23 Types of Guy, I have Mr. Explanation here. Mr. Explanation is the guy who wanted me to explain why I'm not interested. And the reason they want me to explain so they can give a rebuttal. And so men are not, they are not 99.99999% is not going to tell you they're not interested because they don't want to hear you crying and they don't want you to try to give them a rebuttal because a man understands he must die for you. And if he don't like you like that, guess what? He's not going to die for you. So when they ghost us, they assume we know what that means. Why? Because men leaves with their actions. Because Ryan says it right here. He says, but I mean, I guess you picked up on that, right? And Brett says, no, she hasn't picked up. You know why? Because we have not been taught by men to stimulate that part of our brain that calculate, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm gonna get it. They think we know who they are. They think we know and we understand that they are hunters and they just want the cookie. They don't realize that most of us don't know that. So when they ghost you, they assume you know. If I ghost you, then that means I'm not interested. Okay? They would much rather ghost you than tell you. They're not going to tell you. Stop wanting the men to tell you. This is why I'm like this with Johnny, because Johnny is he's telling her the truth, but I do agree he could be a little bit kinder about it. But we see Bao is not hearing it. She's not hearing it. She still want to work on the marriage. She still want to save the marriage. She still want to say yes on decision day after all of this. And how many of you are Baos? So we see Johnny is telling her, I don't like you. I wasn't attracted to you, but he still slept with her, right? He still slept with her. And then you see Ryan over here who's not telling her, Brett, and he's expecting Brett to read into his with Ryan. For the purpose of the show, Ryan, you need to tell her. Or they look lust for booty call and others portray that in you. I don't think so. I think if that man wanted to go in her house, she would have let him in. Women who lead with being independent and job are very easy. Very, very, very easy. They're very easy to bed. You know why? Because they're not nurturing what's important. My femininity, my heart, my kitty cat, being gracious. They're nurturing, I'm independent, got a job. So women like that are very easy. They're very easy. If she wanted him to come in, he could come in. If he called her right now, want to take her out on a date, she'll be there. Kim G says he is exploring other options. It's not that deep. Keep it moving. Thank you. Thank you. Keep it moving. Goodbye. Thank you, Kim G. Nope, PM. Just because it went well to her doesn't mean he's into you. Thank you. Nope, PM. Thank you. Ladies, it could go well with you. You had a laugh, had a good time. And he's sitting over there like, she's so loud. I told you my husband was looking for her. Condoleezza Rice, Michelle Obama, Janet Jackson, Mary Poppins. So if you wasn't all four of them, guess what? Take you out, had a good time, put you in a car, see ya. You're not it. Finesse, she said, this has happened to me as well. And I know I had myself together. The date went well, but I never heard from him again. And I was okay with that. Yes, be okay. because you understand that you might not be what he's looking for. And it's okay. Move along. Nothing you did wrong. Trust me, this day and age, guys have so many options. It could have been anything. Just know who you are. Awesome, and move on. Move along. Move along. Marie says, when you don't give it up, they don't want you. I don't think so. That's it all the time, especially if the guy is good looking. Okay, Marie says, it's because she didn't sleep with him. That's all. She didn't bring up anything about not sleeping with her. And again, she's this girl, easy to bed. It's nothing for him to get the cookie from her. It's because she did sleep with him. That's all men and women nowadays are having men come to their place, cooking for them and giving it up without knowing them for a week. How can you date with the dating culture this way? Because dating is about data. Don't forget that. Okay, dating is about data. That's it. She didn't say he wanted to come over. I told him no. She didn't say none of that. They went out. He gave her a hug. He drove off. That's it. Never heard from him again. ZT. Okay, this is too much for me to read. Maybe it was just that a date. Excellent. Or he could have other obligations that he didn't tell you about. Take this as a learning experience. Don't mind the words, but their actions. Guard your feelings. I say all of this out of experience. There's one educated guy that I had a 4-year degree, met while going to a well-known store, chatted over the phone about 4 months, and he started shifting and changing. I watched his actions, not that came out of his mouth. He had 3 requirements that I had to meet. Must have a passport, must have luggage, and love to travel. Didn't make sense to me. I think he was being vague. This is what y'all need to do. We talk almost every night. What did I say about talking to a man you just met or dating every night? Nice dinner conversation. He made all these promises that would be going places and traveling, having outings as soon as he found time from his many jobs. Okay. In your 40s, you need to have one career that pays the bills. Yes, you could have multiple streams of income, but at 40, you're using multiple streams of income to pay your job. Something's wrong. Never happened. I watched his actions. Now his words told me how wonderful, how I should be treated like a queen and so forth. Anybody that used that word, queen, I'm very suspicious of them. Things soon changed. In February of this year, calls and texts came less. Never answered any of my questions and so forth. So I lose nothing. I am thankful to God. Nothing from life experience. I learned a lot. P.S. His goals was kindle. Kind of like Johnny wanted to be touchy-feely. Heck to the no. I learned a lot long time ago. Someone better will come along. Absolutely. Jenny, she said he wasn't there for the right reasons anyway, and be glad he didn't call you back. How did you determine that he wasn't there for the right reasons? How do you determine that? Anyway, and be glad he didn't call you back. They doing you a favor, and it has nothing to do with you. Yes, it could have something to do with you. You could not be the one. That's it. This is what I mean when I said women go in saying he's the one, and men ask, is she the one? Fairy has nothing to do with you or having your stuff together and being independent. A real man is not there for money anyways. So your double talk is not there for money, but she's leading with money, ladies. Do you understand? Jenny, she said it could be a number of reasons why there wasn't any follow-up or second date. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong that you did or that he did. It just wasn't a match. I've had first dates that I thought were bad lead to many additional dates, and first dates that I thought were great, and I never hear from the guy again. Keep having fun dating until the right one comes along. Love that. Maybe the way she described, hey, Denise Kelly, maybe the way she describes herself. That's it. Is the energy she projects on her dates. Yes. She didn't describe herself as warm, friendly, or a good listener, but as independent with a good job. Maybe those are the traits she focused on during the dates, and that's not what guys she chooses to date are looking for. Mm, mm, mm. Thank you. Thank you, babes. Thank you, Denise. Thank you. Thank you, Denise. Thank you. Grace responds. She says, you automatically think she's the problem because the guy goes to her. Why do you have that mindset? Because she could be the problem. Women never think it's the problem. And that's what I want to do over here at Church Girl Ladies. I want to renew your mind that yes, you could be the problem. When you lead with, I'm independent, got a job, got a house, that's not what he's looking for. Okay? Megan, she said, it happens to the best of us. Perhaps he eliminated himself because he was not the one. You didn't want to waste time. Did you? Leslie Economics, she said, no sexual attraction, just friend zone. That too. See what I mean? It could be he didn't find you sexually attracted. You're nice, we had a good time, but I don't want to bang you. Supra Soul responses, I think men would anything if they got the opportunity. Chris responds, she said, no, honey, not all. As far as I see, these handsome men that look like models ain't going with no regular looking chick from my observation. Let me know if you got through the model type guy, LOL, that looks like Lance Gross or something, or the younger version of Chris Brown. That's true too. Mm-hmm. Jane, hey Jane, she said a hug good night instead of a kiss is your first clue. It's funny. Corey, she said she should have waited for him to call her. If he wanted to continue, he would have called without prompting. Thank you. And my daddy said if he wants you, he'll come see about you. Grace. As a 30-year-old millennial myself, this is very common. It's not just you. That's why it's trend for millennials to joke about ghosting, because it's a common phenomenon. Dating in our generation is pretty terrible. A lot of men our age don't take commitment seriously. Sometimes when they sense you're not easy and you're looking for something serious, they ghost. You will eventually find someone who's on the same page. Don't lose hope and don't give up. And it could, again, you're not it. He could be looking for something serious. Ladies, don't think because he don't want to date you, he's not looking for something serious. Men are looking for something serious. They're not trying to get with anybody. You have to be what they want. If you're not what they want, goodbye. Just saying says he's not interested. That's easy. Amina, very independent. That summed it up. Thank you. What are you looking for in a partner? Ladies, we need to show these men we don't want them to profess, protect, and provide. We need them. 2, if you want a good man, high value man, let your guard down a bit. Well, not too far. Joanne, men are intimidated by educated, successful women. Not all of them, some of them. My daughter, 26, is going through this. Men are intimidated by her. She's intelligent, working on her PhD, and men frown upon that and don't support her. She tells them that she's not changing for anyone. That's my girl. Joanne, make sure she can't lead with that. You can't lead. She can't lead with that. Don't lead with that. Okay? If it depends on what kind of husband she wants, you have to lead with what men are looking for. Warm, friendly, femininity, kind, gracious. They don't care. Men like my husband, they don't care Men like my husband are the men that will go marry the waitress at the restaurant, no degree, no nothing. Why? Femininity, soft, friendly, fun, laughing, and all of that stuff. They don't care about that. They don't care about your money. They don't care how much you got, what kind of house you have, because they have that. They have that. They need the miss their rib, which is friendly and can laugh and can comfort them and support them and be respectful and be friendly. Now, my husband would not. My husband likes educated, smart women. Okay, so he wouldn't, but you understand what I mean. You always say, how could so and so go marry the waitress? Because she's what he wants. And women with our education and with our job, we lead with our education, with our job, and so we come so more masculine than feminine. But even though we have all these things that we need for ourselves to protect ourselves and provide for ourselves, we need to understand when it comes to men, we have to pivot and shift to feminine, friendly, and warm. Okay. And Nicole, tagging so I can keep up with these comments. She says she experienced this a while. K, because he's a effing ninja. Stay away from him and others like him. K, right. Why? Why is he a effing ninja? Because he didn't ask her for a second date. That's one another popular answer. He's a effing ninja. Not necessarily. It could be she's not what he was looking for. And again, proof. A lot of you that's been following me, you answered it the way I would answer it. She leads with her independence and not what men are looking for, which is femininity and graciousness and stuff like that. Last one. Okay. How are you meeting these guys? Not enough information. I go with what others are saying. Marie, it doesn't matter how you meet the guys. Most only want one thing. When you don't give it up to them, they stop contact. I don't think that's what it was, because that's not what she said. That is not what she said. All right, I think that's all the comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking, okay? Let me know what you guys. There's another one in here, but I'll come back another day and read that one. I'm working on a book because I just think women are not, you're not getting men. And you have to understand men. My husband, I met my husband. It was a month before he called me to take me on another date. Do you think I called him? No. You know what I was doing? I was busy dating and going out with other guys. And when he finally took me out on a date, when he called me on a Thursday night, wanted to take me out for a drink that night, I said no. When he wanted to take me out for dinner the next Tuesday night, I said no, I have plans. When he wanted to take me out Wednesday, I said sorry, got plans. Sunday brunch, I said no, I already have plans. And so I gave in for Monday. And then Monday, when he took me out, he was, can I take you out again tomorrow? I said, no, sorry. So I went out Wednesday. Wednesday came. He wanted to take me out again Thursday. I said, no. Thursday came. Friday. So he said Friday. And so, you know why? Because he picked up. Ooh, she's fun and she's friendly and she's very feminine and she smiles. And I was sitting and I was smiling and I was into him and I was, just being friendly. Didn't mention my job, he knew where I work because we met at a networking event. None of that. I didn't nothing about my job. Nothing. It was all about me being friendly and smiling and being feminine and listening and and because that's what they need. They need a cheerleader. That's what they need. Okay. I love you. I have to go. Come back for more stuff with Michaela, Married at First Sight, and Ready to Love. I love you. Let me know what you think, ladies. Are you getting it? I need you guys to get this in your head. I need you to get it. Love you. Pick up this book if you don't have it. Everything I'm telling you is in this book. Love you. Bye.